Think there could be a higher reason as to why we're here?
I do. I'm just not close to there yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything you can share with me? Any secrets?
We asking people today, if you could ask God one question, what would that be?
Why are we here? Generic? I don't know. Not good
No,
enough.
it's not. It's like the question that everybody wants to know.
Yeah. It is cliche, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Do you ever have like feelings of kind of purposelessness, or you wanting to know why all this?
Of course. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. What do you think?
What does Nico think? That's a great
You think
question.
it's a little cat, a little fuzzy cat?
To
Nico?
chase balls.
He's
That's-
really beautiful.
Thanks.
Um,
That's his whole purpose, to chase a tennis ball around.
yeah.
Yeah. Is it more of a dance? Is it more of like a there's no destination type thing? Or should there be a destination?
Have you ever like closed your mind on something and said, you know what, I think I know why we're here, and then it left you, or you just never?
Not really. No. I kind of try to be more light spirited, carefree. Just enjoy the moment, like you said. Like there's no destination. It's all about the journey.
And how's that working out?
It's a good question. How's it working out? I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not an anxious person. I think it's
good.
all right. Yeah.
Do you think that just enjoy the journey works for someone that is like in really, really horrible conditions? They're in a situation they can't control. Maybe they're actually being
Too passive, or like what do you mean?
just there's sex trafficking that goes on in the world. There's girls that are underage that are being kidnapped, and
Have a little bit more conviction, have a little bit more purpose. You're saying,
can that work for them? Like the idea of enjoy the moment, just trying to live life and
That's true. No, of course not. No, that's like a survivor's mentality, right? Like it's
yeah.
no, for them they very much have a destination, which is get out of the horrible situation,
I
right?
see. Yeah, so it would depend on your
It's
circumstances.
situation, yeah, for
Depends on
sure.
your circumstances. So I guess the why we're here changes according to our circumstances. You think?
I think so, yeah.
Think there could be a higher reason as to why we're here?
I do. I'm just not close to there yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything you can share with me? Any secrets?
Well, as Jewish, are you Jewish?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're Jewish too, but we're actually also believers in Yeshua, Jesus,
Okay.
and it's not a common thing, but it's actually growing a lot more because people are seeking answers that they're not finding in traditional Judaism. And it's not just that; the questions of why are we here, purpose of life, are not being answered. Because what we're taught is that we can philosophize our way through life, we can think our way through life, we can create our own reality, which is very subjective and new agey. And ultimately, it's not giving people the joy and the hope that they actually are looking for, because we all die.
True.
You know what I mean? And so that thought kind of lingers in the back of our minds, I think, to everybody. At some point, this is actually all going to fade away. Everybody that I love, everybody that I hang out with is gonna die at some point. My dog's one in 15 years. If he lives that long, if he doesn't get hit by a car, I'm going to lose him. I'm going to lose my mom, my dad, and all that stuff. And it's like,
So can I ask how Yeshua, how does that feel, or try to answer some of those?
it's a great question. And so I've had an actual personal experience where I was a wreck.
Okay.
Even married with kids, depressed, anxious, fearful.
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
there was
Also a
point-
wreck, I'll say, for the record, yes.
Yeah, there was a point where I actually gave up on life, and I said, I'm done. Is this as good as it gets? I try, and I've disciplined, and I meditate, and I do think positive thoughts, and my life is just miserable, and I don't want to live anymore. And as soon as I gave up, I started having experiences that were related to Jesus everywhere I went for about a month and a half.
Wow.
And what was happening was I started to feel like I was coming back to life, but through no effort of my own. And so when I decided that, okay, through study, through opening my heart to God and not being a stubborn, I know what's right kind of a person, according to our scriptures, God says that He's going to give us a new heart, and He's going to put His Spirit within us. And that's exactly what happened when I decided to give my life to Yeshua. And when that happened, He changed me from one person to another person in one night, full of life, full of joy, and it's nothing that I did on my own. And so I decided I wanted to go study it. I didn't want my faith to be a feeling. And so I started with our Tanakh, our Hebrew scriptures.
Oh,
And going through the Hebrew scriptures from Genesis all the way through to Malachi, I saw that they were pointing towards someone that's supposed to come save us from our sins, someone that's supposed to come to be an atonement for our sins, to end the cycle of the sacrificial system. And 2,000 years ago, there was someone that came, and when he came, The second temple was destroyed, the sacrificial system was destroyed, and it ushered in a whole new era, which there was a fracture between religious Judaism that no longer had a priesthood, and Messianic Judaism, those that feel like the Messiah came.
Mm.
And so Jesus offers us everlasting life through faith in him as the Jewish Messiah. He said, I came for the lost sheep of Israel. And then he sent his disciples out to the Gentiles, to the rest of the world. But he specifically came to bring life to the lost sheep of Israel, to his Jewish people, because he was Jewish. And so God sent his son, which if you read through the Hebrew scriptures, you see God appearing in human form at specific periods. You see God, you see his spirit coming to dwell with us, and then you see him appearing to people in a human form. And if you just look at the Tanakh for what it is, or the Hebrew scriptures, you can see that. And so that's what he offers, but what he says is that he's the way.
Mm.
And not just for the Gentiles, but for the Jews primarily, and first and foremost. And so you should check out the New Testament. It's really cool. It's an amazing story of the fulfillment of the Hebrew scriptures.
Maybe one day I will, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you hearing me out.
Yeah, of course, man. Pleasure to meet you. Eran.
Eran?
Yeah.
Jeff. Great to meet you too, man.
Yeah, of course.
The channel is called So Be It.
So be it.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, if
I
you want to
will.
see yourself on there.
Pleasure, man.
All right, brother.
Take care.
Take care. You are beautiful.